All right, how y'all doing out there? I hope y'all been doing well. Let's see, we have a piece of fat wood, that beautiful fat wood. Look at there, it was sitting out on my chair and the sun was beaming under my carport on it and it started sweating. Starting sweating that good gold stuff. That stuff is, smells so good. Anyway, I was thinking on taking it and making a small box. And I wanted to make a box for Cowboy Kelly. I saw her at Shalisa Shell's channel. Shalisa Shell is finally getting better, and I was so happy to see her getting better. I'm so happy about that. It is so good to see somebody get better and get well and get back in the swing of things and in life and start putting out a video. Now, I'm not saying she's going to be up and on her feet kicking just like that. I'm just saying it's good to see her. So, anyway, she was the first person who ever came on my channel and started making comments. Besides LP. But LP doesn't count because he's my friend and I've known him for years, okay? We're good friends. You know, I love LP, but he doesn't count. He does matter, but I mean, he doesn't count when it comes to YouTube videos. He's the one who got me started. When I started doing the ferro rod handles, I started getting interested in fat wood and everything. He's the one who encouraged me to start doing videos and to put music to them and stuff like that. So he's the one who inspired me to do that and go that direction. And that's great. I'm very grateful to him. I am for the rest of my life. He's the one who got me my first lathe. And I'll forever be grateful to him. Anyway, enough of that. I'm thinking I'm making a box that holds a ring or something. Just a small box. And I don't know how small it might be because, of course, it goes in right here on the side here. But it'll be a small box. It's not going to be anything thick and tall. It's going to be small. So we'll see if we can wood turn this fat wood, this beautiful fat wood. It's very gorgeous. This is some of the most gorgeous fat wood I have, and it came off of my pork belly stump. I reckon I used a metaphor to describe the fat wood. So that's my pork belly. That's my prize right there. So we're going to make a box. You can put rings in or something. Just a small box for Cowboy Kelly. I'm going to send it to her. I believe I still have her address somewhere because I had written down or saved several people's addresses so I can send them stuff. The first time that I did send things, when I made those ornaments, those fat wood ornaments, and put LED lights in. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to turn this camera off for a bit. I got to plug it in because it's just going to lose its power. So here we go, okay? I hope y'all can join me, and I hope you enjoy this video as much as I love and enjoy wood turning. And that is a bunches. All right, we'll see you then. I just turned my video camera on, and it doesn't look like the lighting is correct. I don't know what's going on here. Probably because I don't have lighting on this end. It looks so dark right here. Anyway, I have a piece of fat wood, and I shaped it down a little bit on the back side so I can form a tenon. This is a tenon, in case people don't know. But for all intents and purposes, I can't even talk today. There's a lot of times I can't talk anymore. Anyway, for all intents and purposes, it's best to put it on chuck jaws. So what I'll do is I'll make a elegant, keepsake box. What do you think about that? And she can put trinkets or something. She can put rings in there or something. She doesn't have to put anything in there. And it's going to be made out of fat wood. This beautiful fat wood. And we're going to get right to it. And I hope y'all enjoy this video. That isn't it beautiful? Isn't that gorgeous? Bring it up forward. You can't tell me that's not gorgeous. That's some gorgeous stuff right there. There's a little crack right there, but that's okay. I don't care. We're going to make a lid. Hopefully it will match this. So we'll see what we can do, but that's beautiful. Oh my goodness. That is absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous wood. I hope that made that thick enough of a lip for a lid to fit on there. I don't want to make it too terribly deep, and I don't have enough room to slope it down at the back because there's not a whole lot of wood. I can pull it out a little bit more, but the only problem with that, it might be out of line. I mean, out of not running true, out of line. You have to go parallel, smooth with the wood. You have to be in harmony. And that's hard to do. I remember when I first started, I was so scared to take a skew and go like that because I knew I'd get a catch. And I got a lot of catches when I first started. But you learn. But once you start flowing together, it all starts coming together very beautifully. So, I'm going to loosen it up and I'm going to pull it out a little bit. I hope it's not running off true. I'm a little concerned about that, but we're going to do it anyway because I need the room. I don't have enough room. That looks pretty true. All right, we got it. I think we got it. And that's good. So we get the bottom. Now I'm not going to cut it off yet because I need to find something, make a lid. Well, I might have to take it off. I don't know. What I wanted to do is have a thick enough piece of wood, a fat wood, so that I can cut it and then form the lid. But this was not thick enough to do that. We'll just take what we have. What do you think? I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's so smooth, and I hadn't even done anything to it to sand it yet. So I'm trying to debate on if do I want to go ahead and cut it on off? No, I don't want to cut it off right now. We've got to find something, make a lid. I'm not sure how to go about that. So let's see what we can do. And we might even put a finial on top. What do you think about that? Yeah, that would be awesome. We're doing this for Cowboy Kelly. It's nice to send people presents though, or gifts freely from the heart. That's the best gifts you can ever have, because you don't necessarily love the gift so much as you love the giver, right? The meaning behind it. It can be a small, insignificant note. It'd be something so simple that your child gives you, and you might be sick in bed. Your child gives you something that they made. Maybe they put their handprint on something. Maybe they just wrote a little letter. Maybe they made something simple with a piece of paper or what have you, and they go and give it to you. That's priceless. Anyway, I'll be back. I gotta find another piece of wood and see if I can make a lid. Can you see that? Can you see how beautiful that is? The color is different on the screen, but it's real kind of beauty, rich and deep, until you bring it out. That's the thing about fat wood that's so, how would you say, fascinating. It's just gorgeous. That's gorgeous stuff. Let's make the top. Let's make sure that's big enough around that it'll make a top. I was concerned about it being big enough around. Let's see. That's not good. It's not big enough around. I might have to let this be the lid and this be the box. But no, that's not going to work neither. We got a problem. This is too small. Too small around. And I don't know how to rectify this. I don't know how to fix it. Oh boy. How are we going to fix this? This is the same fat wood. It came from the same piece. Alright, the only thing I know to do. Boy, this is beautiful. I hate to have to cut it down some more. Is put it back on the chuck. Take this piece off for now. Put it back on the chuck and bring it down lower. That's the only thing I know to do. So these pieces have to come together. They have to match. They're not matching. Okay, I got it cut off. I apologize. I thought that I had the video camera on. Apparently I didn't. Anyway, I got it off. I'm not concerned about this area here. So I'll smooth it out. I'm not too worried about this area. I'll smooth it down some, get it looking nice. And then we're going to put a finial on it later. This right here, this is gorgeous. Look at the lines. These are so... Look at them lines. Let me get this camera right. Look at them lines. You can't tell me that's not beautiful. That is absolutely stunning. That is gorgeous. That is just breathtaking. It's beautiful. Now it's not quite matched up. This is a little tiny bit bigger. You know, I had trouble. This piece ended up being too big, so I couldn't. But it's still, I mean, the lid fits right on there. It'll fit on there just fine. It'll be fine. All right, let's go ahead and... I mean, I could touch it a tiny bit and bring it down, but it's going to make it really thin right here, and I'm concerned about that. Okay, let's put this on. Get it taken care of. Here's the inside. Look. Look at the inside of that. Isn't that beautiful? That is so gorgeous. Okay, I'll be back. Here's my box. It's not going to fit snug. It's going to be very loose, which I'm disappointed in, but it is what it is, right? That's just the way it goes sometimes. Now, this lid is pretty heavy, and I really should have just brought this down some. So what I'm thinking on doing is, let's see what I want to do. I'm thinking on maybe using this piece as the base, but it's too big, so I got to cut it off into a square instead of a rectangle. Can't talk again. Okay, I want to put this on here as the base of the finial, but I got to make it a square. So I'm going to cut some off, put that on there, but then again, I'm concerned about that and just gluing it on, because what I want to do is put this back on the lathe so I can maybe make this thinner right here. That's what I want to do. And in order to do that, where it would be much sturdier. See, I told you I can't talk. Sturdier, I would have to drill a hole in this, make a dowel on the end of this finial that it's going to be a finial. So we'll make a dowel and insert it in here. And then glue it in here, so it'll be much more sturdy. But I do not know that it would be in the perfect center of the piece to be running true when it goes around. So that's a problem too. So I do not know how to go about that. And if I make this any smaller on the outside, it's not going to be good. It's not centered, so I'm going to try to center it best that I can. I'm going to mark it with the caliper and see if I can find the center. Okay, my digital part is dead because my batteries are dead. So all I can go by is down here on the scale. All the way across it measures 80. So half of 80 is 40, right? So I did 40 here. Here, and then the other way, and this I come up at the center is about right in here. It's about the center right there. I'm not worried about marking that because the finial's going to be sitting on this area and it's going to be covered up, so it doesn't matter, right? And anyway, I'm going to probably have a hole in it, and since it's going to have a hole in it, it's going to be gone, right? That's right. So and let you in on it so that you know what to do or what I'm doing in case you wanted to know what to do yourself. We'll be back. I'm going to see about going ahead and making, what do I want to do? Let's go ahead and get it on here so I can get this piece back on here and hopefully turn it and get it down further. Okay, I'll be back. Alright, for those of you who don't know, which a lot of my regulars probably don't, because a lot of you do not wood turn, is this tool rest gets nicks in it. I don't know if you can see the nicks. There's nicks in it. There's some nicks right there. Some nicks over here. There's a nick right there. There's big nicks. They get nicks in it from maybe catches or something, or the wood's turning hard, bump something. So anyway, every once in a while I have to get a file and smooth the tool rest out, because these nicks, believe it or not, send signals through the tool into the wood, and it affects the wood. Yes, it's that sensitive. It really is. I know that sounds strange, but it's true. So, I mean, I'm sure other people can explain it better than me. So, every once in a while, though, you have to smooth it out with a file, some sandpaper, something. So, that's what I'm doing currently at the moment. And some people have some very, very nice tool rests. This is nice. It's nicer than the Harbor Freight, but it's not as nice as some of them. I wish I had the money to get a very nice tool rest, but that's okay. I mean, it's not going to make you any more skilled than what you are. If you don't have the skills and you can't wood turn something beautiful with just a common, simple lathe, then you got a lot to learn still. That's the true test of skill. If you can still make something beautiful out of a common lathe, using a common lathe, and I'm not putting anybody down whatsoever, because I started with the Harbor Freight and I still got it, and I'm grateful for it. I'm not ungrateful. I'm very grateful for it. So I gotta smooth this tool rest out, and then I'll be back. Okay, and then we're gonna see about turning a tenon on this end here, and I'm still thinking on putting this piece on anyway. I cut it into a square. Okay, I have a tennis ball, a half of a tennis ball. I cut it in half, so I can use it as a cushion to where when I put the tailstock on, I'm not going to use the pointed one. I want to use the other one that has no tip on there. See, this one does not have a tip on there. I took it out. I have another one that's just like this that does have a little pointy tip like a needle in there. It's real pointy. But I like the cone stock, tailstock tip, because you can get in there with stuff because it's slanted and it gives you enough room to do things with, whereas this does not. It's very short. It's very short from here to here, where the cone stock sticks its way out. And it really does help. Helps a lot. And there's other types of stuff that you can get for wood turning. I don't know everything. But this is all I need this for, is to, I'll tell you what, let me line it up first. I got to pull this back out some. I'm going to line it up on that hole. So that means I need to put the other one back on. Where did I put that thing? There it is. Line it up. The way it is, right there. Tighten it down. It's shaped like a half heart right there. If I were to cut it in half and put it together, it'd be a heart. Isn't that cool? You start seeing shapes you've never seen before when you've been wood turning a little while. And you also learn new things that you didn't know 6 months ago. At least I'm learning stuff I didn't know 6 months ago. And it's really cool. There, right there. Looks like it's chipped a little bit right there. Let's put a little glue on that spot. Don't know what's going on with it. We don't want that to break off.
your soul and you show me what it means to trust. You pull me close when I'm lost for words. Speak to my heart and show me my worth.
Everyone, I'm back. I'm so happy to get this finished. It took me a while, but it's just awesome. I love it. It's just a simple keepsake box, and I put a finial on there, and now it's beautiful. Now it's a little tacky still, but I want to go ahead and put the video out. There's the bottom. It's nice and shiny and beautiful. So I'm doing this on my stovetop because if I put a towel on there, it would stick to the towel. So I'm not going to do that. So anyway, and this is drier than the fat wood. The fat wood takes longer to dry. Isn't that gorgeous? It's absolutely stunning. I love that. One thing I've noticed about wood is when I put the Gorilla Clear Glue on, I don't know about polyurethane finishes and stuff. I've used it before, but I just don't prefer it. It's not my preference. It will have these like tiny bubbles that'll form sometimes. And so there's a few tiny bubbles here. You probably can't see them. The closer I get the camera here, the more it shadows the piece, and I'm sorry about that. But there's little bubbles that form, and so they dry. The whole piece dries, and those little tiny bubbles kind of dry, and it feels a little rough again. It's not supposed to be like that. So I reckon it's air that's trapped in the wood, and so it's coming to the surface. And so the finish is trying to keep it closed in there and the air is trying to get out and it forms the bubble. That's all I can figure. I'm just guessing. I mean, I didn't go and do research about it or anything. That's just my guess, you know. You make a educated guess and, you know, with common sense and stuff sometimes. So, but anyway, I love that finial. I know I've told y'all before, but I love finials. So there we go. We got the keepsake box. I can't even talk right again. There we go again. I've had a. I don't want to say this as a complaint, like I'm complaining or venting. I just want to let y'all know I've had a bad sinus infection, and so I've been trying to manage it for like a week or two, and then it just got to the point where it just was not going to budge, and so I had to go to the doctor and get some antibiotics and all that good stuff. So anyway, enough about that. I just want to share with you about that. So I'm a little bit, how would you say, not all the way 100% there. I'm still a little bit lethargically tired. And, you know, my body's trying to fight the infection and go. So anyway, it's enough about me. It's not about me anyway. It's not about me at all. It's about Cowboy Kelly. I just want to make her something, show her that I'm thinking about her. I don't know about y'all. I don't know, you know, you have a good friend online, and you don't see them for a while, so you either care about them or you don't care about them, and they're just somebody online. I mean, that's fine. I mean, there's a lot of people online you meet and you never really talk to. That's fine. I get that. But there's some people you have closer ties to. You just, you know, you care. It's like Shalisa Shell. You know, when she was out, I had to ask one of my regulars about her because I was very concerned about her. And a lot of people know Shalisa Shell, and they care about her, and they love her. They love the Fatwood, they love her videos, they love her songs, whatever. So anyway, I just want to reach out to her, let her know that I care, and I've been thinking about her on and off. She's on my mind and in my heart. She was my first regular. I said that earlier on in the video, but I wasn't clear about it. Cowboy Kelly, I believe, was my first regular. She was the first one to subscribe to my channel, excuse me. My cats are acting up. Sylvester is chasing my girls again. And I don't understand why, because he's fixed. So, anyway, I just wanted to reiterate that point. And I'm so glad to send this to her as a gift and let her know that somebody's thinking about her. You cannot measure, you cannot weigh how much that truly means to people when they know somebody out there is thinking about them, okay? Especially when they're sick. So reach out to somebody in your family that might be sick. And it's just wonderful to be able to give. Freely give. You know, you freely give, you freely receive. It's invaluable. It's unconditional love. You cannot put a price tag on that. It's not like some reward you're getting because you earned it or something. It's just something that somebody's freely giving you. And, you know, I'll share this part with my family. When I was growing up, when I was younger, my mom shared this with me. I had forgotten about it. And then later on, I found it after she passed away. I remember making her some stuff for Valentine's Day. And my brothers, a lot of times, they were a little older than me. I'm the youngest and the only girl. And so they would cook and stuff. And they cooked a Valentine's meal for her, stuff like that, on Valentine's Day at times. But this one particular Valentine's Day, I had made her something at school and brought it home and gave it to her, and she had saved it. Excuse me. Mm. She had saved it, and when I found it, after, I mean, she's passed away for several years now. And when I found it, it just like, wow. She treasured that. It was sentimental to her. It meant everything to her. And so, you know, I love to give. I love to give freely. And I don't need anything back to feel wonderful about it. That's what's the most profound thing about giving from your heart. This is a gift and not a transaction. And so it's more blessed to give than receive. And that's why I don't sell my art. Because this is the true ultimate. This is the crescendo, okay? This makes it priceless. This is why it's priceless. This is why it's of infinite value. This is the highest high that I can ever have, and I get the prize and the reward from my regulars. Isn't that great? Y'all are so special. Thank you for what you do in my life.
You bring the gold, I bring the dust. I grow your soul and you show me what it means to trust. You pull me close when I'm lost for words. Speak to my heart and show me my worth. Stay.